good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on whichever time you are watching this recording. But thanks for listening, everyone. Let's get started with another exciting episode of the Learning Corner. We are recording this on the eve of 15th August, so I wish all of you a happy Independence Day. Spend your time on Independence Day with your friends and family in the remembrance of 15th August and the great independence battle we had, and then we got independence in 1947. So let's start our today's learning corner. Today we are talking about a very simple but yet difficult topic, and I was thinking how to frame the title of this topic, but then thought let's keep it simple. Let's not attach it to any specific domain, any specific challenge, and let's put it in a very broad sense. So the topic name I came up with is how to solve anything. If you have any other exciting name, let me know in comments, and then I will take that feedback in upcoming sessions. But think about it. I think on day-to-day basis we meet a lot of people in whatever sense, in the form of employment, in the form of jobs, in the form of doing business, and then through communication with all those individuals, what do we learn is that there are a lot of challenges which exist, and we know those challenges. So today, let's look at it. How do we actually solve those challenges? Is there a step-by-step process exist? And this is my point of view. On screen, I'm showing 6 steps. Let's go through those and see how can we solve anything, any challenge which you have. And then please watch till the end. At the end of this, I will give a couple of interesting examples. One is what happens when a patient visits a doctor, and maybe something very specific to job seekers on, let's say, how do you prepare for an interview, which is also a challenge in itself, right? So let's look at the step-by-step process or framework first, and I think let me explain at the end a couple of scenarios which are related to this. So hopefully this will help you in all sorts of life. I mean, Swasa is the largest healthcare community in India, and then we help in jobs, courses, anything, everything. But I think about Swasa in terms of getting prepared for a better life, for better career, as some sort of making you a growing professional for the next 30 to 40 years. So let's go it step by step. So 6 steps. What I feel is first is whenever you speak with someone, you see anything, you go somewhere, or maybe you are in a meeting or whichever. I think think about that. What is the challenge at hand, or what is the opportunity? It is very important to have an agreement with yourself on it, and then you can think about it on how to solve it. So what is that opportunity? And then that identification is sometimes easy, sometimes very hard. I mean, think about it, right? If you are in the metro, let's say I'm in Hyderabad, now traffic in Hyderabad is a problem. So there is obviously identifying the challenge is very easy, but because a lot of us spend a lot of time commuting in traffic, so the challenge identification is very easy. But think about it in such a way that why did you reach to the conclusion that it is a challenge? Because maybe over the period of 5 years or more, you have gone through Hyderabad traffic and now you feel it is definitely a challenge. So it's not also that easy, right? Because you have spent time in the metro city, you have spent time in commuting during the morning hours, during the evening hours, and now you understand that there is a challenge which exists. So that's the first step, that identifying the challenge itself, which will bring you the opportunity. Now it also needs a lot of expertise. Let's take an example of healthcare, on what is the actual challenge with the patient. And we all know that the sooner we identify it, the faster cure can be given. But in lot of cases, it is very hard to identify the challenge itself. What are we solving? What is the actual problem? Where does the problem lies? I think so. That's the first step in solving anything. Is you have to identify what are we solving for? What is the challenge at hand? Now, second thing, once you identify it, try to break it down. Break it down into multiple pieces of it. I mean, let's go back to the traffic example. In that case, is traffic in your area a challenge? Is traffic in a specific time period a challenge? Is traffic on specific days is a challenge? So I think what is it? So identifying the challenge is good, but I think now we have to break that challenge down in multiple pieces, and then post breaking it down, let's try to understand the value of each of it. I mean, think about it, right? We all spend time in traffic, but that's not just it, right? If we solve the traffic challenge, all of us will save time. That is one thing. Second thing, there will be lot less pollution. The third thing, if we spend less time on roads, then our cars, our bikes will be a lot more better. So we'll eventually spend less time on petrol as well as maintaining the bikes or cars. So post the breakdown of that challenge, what is the value in each challenge is, I think we have to understand it in a deeper way. Those things are also very critical. Now post the breakdown of the challenge and understanding the value. That's where the actual opportunity arises. Once we understand the opportunity, we have to plan for multiple solutions. Don't think about it that one single solution will work. Think about the challenge in different angles, and how that can be solved in a multi-dimensional approach. I mean, think about it. Let's say I want to improve my health. So only focusing on my muscle or doing bodily exercise is not sufficient. In addition to that, I also have to eat good food. I have to eat food on specific times. I have to eat food in specific portions, which is appropriate for my body. In addition to that, I also have to get good sleep, and I have to manage my stress and other things. So now I hope you are getting my point. I think once all these are correct, then I can plan for a solution for each, on how I am eating, how I am sleeping, how as well as I'm managing my stress. So planning for those solutions is also very important. Now let's say for that solution, how do we execute is the fourth step. Now in execution as well, discipline is very important. Whenever we say in let's say the previous example, which is I want to take care of my health, is let's say exercise. If I decide to do exercise, then the discipline in my exercise is very important. I cannot simply say that exercise is the solution, but I have to execute that solution in a very, very disciplined way. So that's the fourth step. The next step is, once the solution is executed, validate validate that whatever you were expecting as the outcome of the solution is what you are getting, and that also means you are getting value. So think about it in such a way that if I am exercising, am I feeling active throughout the day? If I exercise for, let's say, 3 months or so, then at the end of 3 months I should be able to understand that I am feeling a lot more active, I am feeling a lot more energetic. So that validation as fifth step is very, very important. And lot of individuals miss this sixth step. It is very important. So in the sixth step, you learn what has happened as part of following the entire process. Let's go back to being healthy. So are we eating right? Are we sleeping at right time? Are we exercising? Are we managing our stress in an appropriate way? So I think all these learnings, and we have to use those learnings in the sense of outcomes. And if there is something which is missing, we have to repeat the process. We have to iterate the process in a very disciplined way. I mean, think about it. If you feel you're not feeling active, then either sleep is the challenge, or maybe if you eat too much at night, then also you feel lethargic, and on the next day you will not feel active. If you sleep late, you may not feel active throughout the day. So I think all these things, but I hope you all are getting my point. That's why I think the sixth step is very, very important. And this can be applied to probably all challenges in life which all of us encounter. And I think let's take a couple of examples. You think about it. Let's say as a patient you visit a doctor. What does doctor do is doctor is trying to exactly follow the same process which is being shown on screen. He's trying to identify what happened to you. So he's trying to ask you questions regarding, did you go out of town? Was there a function slow? So you got less sleep. Where were you working in odd hours? So I think all these kind of questions is helping the doctor identify the context, and also identifying what challenge exists with your body as of now. Then the doctor is trying to break it down. I mean, in different things, maybe in the form of blood report, in the form of X-rays, or other solutions. Then doctor prescribes you some medicines, which is nothing but the solution itself. If you take the medicine, then you feel better. You give the feedback to the doctor on validation of that execution, which is nothing but step 5. And then once you recover, then you learn that, okay, I should not have spent time watching the movie in late, which is definitely hurting my health on the next day. I'm not feeling well on the next day. So I think then through that process we learn, we kind of iterate and repeat that process just to stay healthy. So I think that is one example. Let's take another example. Another example is let's take it from the aspect of, let's say, interview preparation. So let's say you have an interview. Then how do you prepare for an interview is a challenge in itself, right? I think the way you are looking at the challenge is that if I do well in this interview, I will get a job and I will build a career. I will be very happy. So that's the kind of long-term value which you are looking into that interview. Now you have to break that interview into multiple pieces, because the interviewers will ask you questions about your experience, if you have. Will ask questions about your education. If there are internships, they will ask questions to you regarding your internships. Or if you have done any courses, classes, then questions about it. If you know any tools, then questions about it. So all this is breaking down the experience or education you have, and he's trying to understand the value out of it which you can offer to the organization. So the interviewer is trying to also follow the very similar solutions. The third step here is then you actually plan for solutions. Then you look at content like this or other various content on web. You talk to your friends and do other things, and then you give the interview. Usually, it is very hard to give feedback in the interview. Usually, I mean, believe me, no one gives feedback in interviews. They do not want to upset you. In India, we say, right, Atithi Devo Bhava. So they believe that you have come to the premises as guests, so you cannot be disrespected, even if it is a professional conversation as an interview. But yeah, so you can expect some sort of feedback, but look at it in such a way that always try to understand the questions which the interviewer is asking. If the difficulty of questions which interviewer is asking as the time passes in the interview, you are doing well. People usually tend to ask difficult questions when they enjoy the conversation and they feel they're getting value out of the conversation. So think about it in that way. That's an actual feedback. Another aspect is look at the body language of the interviewer. What are they doing? Are they speaking with you? Are they engaged in the conversation? Whenever you speak with the interviewer, are they giving additional information? If you ask a question, does the interviewer asking in a broader sense so you get a holistic view of the organization and not answering in a transactional way, which is, let's say 1 + 1 is equal to 2, but is the interviewer giving you the answer as a 2, but in addition to the interviewer is telling you that this is mathematics, this is addition. So you get the context of the actual question. And obviously, I think as the last step, you learn from that interview as an experience, and then you make the changes in your behavior, the way you answer, the way you communicate, and the way you prepare. And so you learn from it and you repeat it, and then eventually you get a job. So that's the process of how to solve, let's say, interview preparation as a challenge, and then that opportunity definitely exists. And if you keep doing this and keep using this framework for a period of time, I think maybe let's say a couple of years or so, then you actually learn to enjoy the process and to enjoy the outcome of it as well. If you solve some problems and if you are good at it, you kind of discover a lot more opportunities, and then you enjoy the entire process, and then you move to the next challenge. So I think that's the kind of framework I suggest you follow. Let it be, I think, solving a challenge which is as big as maybe traffic in a metro city, or day-to-day tasks which we all do. And I explained it as an example, which is preparation for an interview and taking the process of interview itself. So I hope you like this video. This is a process which you can follow for most of the I think challenges in your life, and I hope you discover a lot more opportunities. I appreciate all of you listening. I had promised that you learn something today, and I believe you have learned something today. So thank you for listening to Swasa. Please like, share, and subscribe this to your friends and family so they also get benefit from it. And they will also learn from you as well. Thank you for listening.